withdraw from the terminations.
Former CPEP chairman Joel Edwards is facing the possibility of defending a lawsuit over one of his last few tasks at the state company before he resigned after the general election on April 28th. CNC3 News understands Edwards was served with a pre-action protocol letter Friday threatening the legal action. In the letter, CPEP's lawyers claimed that Edwards breached his fiduciary duty and committed fraud when he allegedly claimed that the then cabinet had agreed to the extension of the contracts from 2026 to 2029. They claimed that although Edwards denied giving the assurance in a lawsuit brought by one of the terminated contractors, CPEP's ongoing chief executive, Keith Eddy, provided text message transcripts to prove his claim that the contracts were renewed based on Edwards' purported claim. Through the proposed claim, CPEP is seeking to have Edwards indemnified against any costs it may incur from the litigation with the contractor and from the 3-year contract extensions which they claim were unlawful. The issue of cabinet approval was first raised by CPEP when it responded to the lawsuit brought by the People's National Movement on behalf of the contractor. It also filed an application to strike out the case based on an arbitration clause in the contract. High Court Judge Margaret Mohammed is expected to rule on the application on August 8th. Depending on the outcome, she will then decide whether an injunction staying the terminations and blocking the appointment of replacement contractors should be granted. In a brief telephone interview, Edwards confirmed that he received a letter but declined to respond publicly before his lawyers do.
I will make no comment. As I told you, the matter is sub judice, so I'm not making any comments at all.
Edwards has been given 14 days to respond to the lawsuit before CPEP files its case. Derek Achong, CNCA3 News.
After being beaten mercilessly for 2 days, bound by duct tape from his head to his chin, a kidnapping survivor says he was failed by the very system meant to protect him. His emotional account during a Stand Your Ground consultation in South Trinidad highlighted concerns over policing, firearm access and racial bias. Therese Polo has this story.
At 6:45 p.m., November 2nd, 2002, I was kidnapped. Just down the hill there.
Still shaken by an ordeal that happened 23 years ago, Faizabad businessman Clint Arjun recalled being kidnapped and then re-traumatized by the justice system. Arjun revealed that when his case was revisited a decade later, he discovered the file had been lost, forcing him to relive the trauma and start over. He says he was interrogated by the DPP's office, a moment that convinced him the justice system was built to protect criminals, not victims. He ultimately dropped the case. His ordeal led Senior Counsel Anand Ramlogan to urge Police Commissioner Alista Govaro to implement proper training on how officers handle crime victims.
There needs to be a cultural shift in attitude in terms of the police towards victims of crime. There must be. With a new commissioner of police in place, I have no doubt that sensitivity training that is required.
Ramlogan also says firearm license approvals should not be left to police officers and proposed a new review body to clear the backlog.
Using police officers to do non-police work like that is counterproductive. Put a lawyer, a criminologist, and put an MBA graduate and put a team in place and let them have a dedicated focus, clear the backlog within 6 months.
He also pushed back at critics who claim the law may unfairly target specific racial groups.
Who in their right mind, in the heat of the moment, trembling with fear, frightened and terrified in your own home, who in their right mind will stop to think about bloody race?
Meanwhile, the Trinidad and Tobago Blind Welfare Association is urging the government to ensure the proposed Stand Your Ground law protects blind and visually impaired citizens. The group says the legislation puts them at a disadvantage and is calling for police training, accessible safety tools, and fair access to self-defense. Efforts to contact former ministers of national security were unsuccessful. But Laventil West MP Kareem Marcel says he hasn't been given the draft legislation to consult with his constituents. He's calling for non-partisan government-led consultations and blasted the UNC for politicizing the process. Doris Polo, CNC3 News.
An Arima farmer who failed to answer his cell phone last night was yesterday found dead in the back seat of his vehicle, which had been abandoned along Malize Road in Valencia. Grieving relatives identified the body of 46-year-old Gavin Patterson of Aripo Road, Smithlands, Wallerfield. They described him as an earth angel. His sister Natalie described him as a workaholic and said he wasn't known to have any enemies.
Trinidad reached a state where they're literally turning innocent people because trust and belief, they really don't know what they did. They took the last bit of humanity in me. I can't feel sorry for human beings again.
This is the second shock death in 2 weeks for the family as another brother died from a heart attack. Investigations are continuing. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Tire Club, the Caribbean's largest tire warehouse. Come into our warehouse where we stock all the top brands. All major brands for cars, SUVs, 4x4s, trucks, tractors, all in one location. Top brands like Gremax, Step Rising, Duron, Comfortsal, Firemac, and many others. Here at the Tire Club, purchase 4 tires, get free installation, free speed balancing, and a free complimentary t-shirt. Our expert team is ready to help, where quality, service, and value comes together.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Garlic 1 pound for $9.95. Russet potatoes 5 pounds $17.95. Grill Master Burger patties 2 pounds $49.95. Golden Brand margarine 4 for $19.95. Anchor cheddar cheese 250 grams 2 for $44.95. Richport vegetable oil 500 ml 3 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
If you live with diabetes, your pancreas works overtime every single day. Between our rich foods and busy lives, chronic inflammation can sneak in, stressing the pancreas and raising the risk of complications. Over time, inflammation can damage these cells, making blood sugar harder to control.
Protecting your pancreas from inflammation is a smart way to support healthy blood sugar management.
Backed by science, Omega XL is a natural anti-inflammatory with over 30 free fatty acids proven to help reduce inflammation at its source. Learn more online or ask your local pharmacist.
There's something here for everyone, from baby to adult. Anything you need, it is right here at Food Basket Super 99.
Food Basket Super 99, affordable and trendy. Food Basket Super 99 Arima, where fashion meets affordability.
Welcome back. Just yesterday, Defence Minister Wayne Sturt revealed that an inmate at the maximum security prison was using a 65-inch television in his cell to communicate with people on the outside. We asked you whether you were surprised that prisoners use kids' games like Roblox and Minecraft to communicate with people on the outside. Here's what you told us.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
Yes, right. Because the crime rate, they're using that to end up stinging people outside here. you know, incriminate people and all kind of thing outside there. Inside there, no shops have no cell, nothing like that.
It can be both yes and it can be no. Because in here, we don't be surprised at anything any longer.
Not really. I think even as we have a society of, I like to say, copycats. So we look at TV, they would copy the way people do robberies, they would copy the way people do lots of things. And Trinidad is a place where we love to look and then recreate. And we're in a society, in an age where the internet it makes the world a small place. So if children are meeting strangers and making friends across the globe, it is easy, especially if they have access.
No, because you've heard of these things already, like cyberbullying and so forth. And by seeing these things, people could do anything. So I'm not surprised, but if anything, I'm alarmed.
No, I'm not surprised because I think technology is advancing and I feel like there's so many ways to connect to the outside world, and if they have the opportunity to do it, then they can.
Yes, most definitely. Well, like something that you would have never thought would have been possible in this day and age. Something that's really surprising.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
In a matter of days, the Joseph family of La Puerta Avenue in Digamartin has seen their home of more than 50 years begin to crumble, a problem they say worsens by the day. Speaking with CNC3 News, Carol Joseph explains that as soon as cracks appeared last Monday, they began reaching out to the relevant authorities for help. But as cameraman Gary Vincent and Carissa Lee explain, the assistance being offered isn't what they need. Take a look.
Today is the 15th of July.
It was less than 2 weeks ago when Carol Joseph of Pregnancy Lane, La Puerta Avenue in Digamartin walked out to water her plants and noticed the ground at the side of her house cracking. Less than 48 hours later, the slippage had already progressed, forcing about 12 people to leave their family home, which has stood for over 50 years.
We were home, we were all sleeping. We was all inside. We thought it was because they say we were supposed to experience some thunder showers, and we thought it was actually thunder. But then I was downstairs and I heard it. I ran out.
And with rubble slipping more each day, her kitchen is the next part of the structure that's in jeopardy.
Frightened. Frightened. No two way of it. We feel frightened.
With a 5-year-old and an 86-year-old among the people who reside there, Carol and her family wasted no time in making contact with the relevant authorities to ask for help. And while they are not ungrateful, they explain the assistance being offered by the government is all short-term solutions, which they do not need. They told CNC3 News that they have somewhere to stay in the interim, even though it's not home, and do not need mattresses or food cards at this time.
What we need is something to prevent our house from slipping or from further damages. That's what we need.
Carol said they applied to the National Commission for Self-Help Limited in the past for something similar. And according to the self-help website, an applicant cannot reapply for the same program if they benefited from it before. She plans to reach out to the Ministry of the People, Social Development and Family Services, but she knows it's a lengthy process, time she does not think her family has. And while they will take steps on their own and wait for the assistance from the government, they welcome any help from Good Samaritans.
Up to this morning, we had to pay over $600 for some people to help us.
Carol said they spoke to an engineer who said the house can be saved, but it would cost upwards of $200,000. They do not have that money. Also affected were Jovan Alexis and his family, who live under the Josephs. No one answered when we visited, but during a phone interview he said drainage has always been an issue in the area. He too is appealing for swift assistance. Anyone willing to help can contact the number on the screen. Carissa Lee, CNC3 News.
Now, CNC3 News reached out to Member of Parliament for Digamartin West, Hans de Wiens, who said he met with the family last week. He says he instructed them to submit the estimate provided by their engineer, and his office will write to the relevant authorities to seek assistance on their behalf. From early as 9 this morning, parents came to the National Library Nallis to get an early start on the textbooks their children would need for the new school year. For the third year in a row, Nallis held its school book exchange program. People would have dropped off the books you see here early this week to be sorted and arranged. Books had to be published within the last 10 years and, of course, in good condition. For every book donated, you receive a chit that allows you to take a book from today's pile.
We're very excited about this project because this project is about community sharing as well as relieving the burden, the financial burden from parents. It means that you do not have to buy brand new school books, but you can, of course, exchange old books.
The library says the book exchange was also part of the attempt to foster a spirit of community, sharing and sustainability. Any books left behind will be distributed to Nallis Educational Library Services Division. Well, still to come in sport. West Indies under-19 women secure a 5-wicket victory over the USA under-19 women in T20 series opener.
Don't forget, we are Food Basket Superstore right here in Arima. Come see for yourself. From stationery to household items and so much more. Right here at Food Basket Superstore in Arima.
I really love the variety. There's something for everyone here.
It's Christmas in July at Bright Ideas, and we're turning up the heat with our biggest event yet, Slay the Savings. From tents to tables, your favorite store is packed like a Christmas tree with real deals on stuff you actually want. Kitchen, bedroom, decor, and more. From mega combos to unbelievable discounts to once-a-year deals, it's all out and ready to grab now. Every day, check out Facebook and Instagram to see what we're unwrapping next. Can't make it in store? No problem. Shop online at brightideyashomestore.com or download the Bright Ideas mobile app. It's festive, fabulous, and only while stocks last. Bright Ideas, Slay the Savings is on.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials now. Carrots, 3 packs for $19.95. Lentils, 2 pounds, 1 for $13.95. Creamery ice cream assorted, 1 gallon, 2 for $90. Bright Wash laundry detergent powder, assorted, 900 grams, 2 for $19.95. Snuggle bathroom tissue, 12 pack, 1 for $19.95. Clorox, 1 gallon, 1 for $26.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Your heart does so much for your body, your life, your loved ones. But modern stress, diet, and lifestyle can tip the balance, especially with every passing day. Heart XL delivers high-potency omega-7 palmitoleic acid from sustainable pollock oil to elevate HDL and support a healthy metabolism.
Inflammation and low HDL put your heart at risk. Heart XL's omega-7 helps reduce C-reactive protein and support healthy HDL, keeping your heart strong.
Heart XL. Nourish your heart. Sustain your life.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. Arima, Shagwana, Shafre, View. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food Basket. Marketplace Chaguanas, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Welcome back. Rolling things off, Australia sealed the T20I series against West Indies in emphatic fashion last night, powered by a record-breaking century from Tim David that led the tourists to a 6-wicket win at Warner Park. Producer Ritzling has the action.
West Indies posted a competitive 214 for 4, anchored by a commanding century from captain Shea Hope, who finished unbeaten on 102 from 57 deliveries, striking 8 boundaries and 6 sixes, as the hosts made a flying start with a 125-run opening stand alongside Brandon King, who contributed 62 from 36 balls. Despite that strong platform, the middle order couldn't accelerate significantly in the final overs. Brief cameos from Shimron Hetmeyer, Rovman Powell, and Shafane Rutherford nudged the West Indies past the 200 mark, but the total proved insufficient on the small ground and fast outfield. Australia's chase began shakily, with Glenn Maxwell run out for 20, and Inglis Mitchell, Marsh and Cameron Green falling
But David's explosive counter-attack dismantled the West Indies bowling, exploiting the short boundaries with devastating effect. He reached his half-century off just 16 balls, another Australian record, and continued the assault until the final ball of the innings, which he struck for a boundary to reach his milestone. A dropped catch at deep mid-wicket when David was on 90 ended any slim hopes West Indies had of a late comeback. With the win, Australia takes an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match series and extends its winning streak in the Caribbean to 6 following a recent 3-0 sweep in the Test series. The fourth T20I will also be played tomorrow at Warner Park. Rajiv Surat Singh, CNC3 Sport.
Well, in contrast to the men, a dominant bowling display helped the West Indies under-19 women secure a 5-wicket win over the USA under-19 women to take a 1-0 lead in their 5-match youth T20 series at the Sir Frank Worrell Memorial Ground today. The hosts, after winning the toss and choosing to bowl first, restricted the Americans to just 66-9 in their 20 overs. Mahi Madhavan and Aditi Kumar were the only USA batters to reach double figures, compounding the dominance from the West Indians with the ball. The West Indies then took 15.4 overs to reach 67-5. Cumberbatch completed an excellent all-round performance with a top score of 26 off 26 balls. The second game is scheduled for tomorrow at the same venue. To football now, TNT Premier Football League Tier 1 duo of Athletic Club Port of Spain and Miscellaneous Police FC will both be keen to get winning starts when they kick off their respective group campaigns in the Caribbean Football Union Club Shield at the Hazley Crawford Stadium tomorrow. The Walt Noriega-coached AC Port of Spain, who finished 4th in the just concluded season, will contest Group D and meet Cayman Islands Scholars International SC. Meanwhile, the Todd Ryan-coached Police FC, 3rd place finishers this season, begin action in Group C against Weymouth Wales of Barbados. It was a coronation of TNT's present and future of basketball as young stars from across the country showed out at the 7th Annual Basketball Fiesta in Couva. Here's more.
Basketball Fiesta 2025 brought over 40 youth teams from across TNT to the cycling velodrome in Balmain, Couva. Tournament organizer Garvin Warwick believes that this competition, which features dozens of games and talent at every age group, is crucial to the development of sport locally and can be taken abroad.
We are driven by the passion that we have and the focus to continue to grow Basketball Fiesta, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but of course the wider Caribbean. We had kids and clubs bringing kids from different countries, Suriname, Grenada, Guyana, to represent here in Basketball Fiesta 2025.
In the under-15 category, Maloney Pacers emerged as champions, edging out Spartans TT in a competitive final as Nkosi Ince showed his composure, grabbing the MVP award. Spartans had better luck in the under-17 category, claiming the title with a strong team performance over Royalty. William Francis stood out with his all-round dominance, earning him the MVP nod. The under-19s boys division delivered a high-intensity finale, with Spartans TT completing a championship double. Kyle No's leadership earned him MVP honors as Royalty had to settle for 2nd spot. From intense rivalries to community energy and family fun, the Basketball Fiesta tournament continues to be a key platform for youth development in Trinidad and Tobago basketball. Rajiv Surat Singh, CNC3 Sport.
Well, that's all the sporting news we have for you. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Dust from the Saharan desert, over 6,000 kilometres away, travels across the Atlantic to our little island, filling the air we breathe with tiny dust particles that can trigger an inflammatory response when inhaled into the lungs.
Saharan dust travels far and triggers inflammation. Omega XL helps reduce it at the source. Support your body from within.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale, retail, everything for you. Arriba, Shagwana, Shafle, Gulfview. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food Basket, Marketplace Gulfview, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
This Christmas in July, Bright Ideas is lighting up your home like it's Christmas morning. Unwrap 25% off all lighting, fixtures and chandeliers all month long. From sleek modern pieces to statement chandeliers. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and reveal something bright and beautiful. Check our 8 locations or online at brightideashomestore.com or on the Bright Ideas mobile app. This Christmas in July, it's time to shine. Bright Ideas. Slay the savings.
This Java bring the whole family to La Vega Estate, Trinidad's #1 family-friendly destination, open daily, including weekends and public holidays. La Vega is more than Trinidad's leading garden center. It's packed with fun for everyone. New this season, thrilling ATV tours for the adventure seekers, plus 2 large pools, fishing, nature trails, playgrounds, and more. Camp under the night sky. Make a booking for an unforgettable family getaway. Call or WhatsApp 714-5969 to plan your next adventure today.
Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. The Met Office says it will be generally hot and sunny with the likelihood of a few intervals of cloudiness and showers, especially near hilly areas. There is also a low-medium chance of the isolated thunderstorm activity favoring the northern half of Trinidad. Tomorrow's maximum forecast temperature in Trinidad is 33 degrees Celsius, while Tobago will experience a high of 31 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate with waves 1.5 meters to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter choppy near showers in sheltered areas. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's newscast. I am Bavita Gopalchan, and on behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
You're watching CNC3.